to another video. You probably guessed it from the title and the thumbnail, but today we're going to be recreating a 90s look featuring the 90s queen, Gwen Stefani. Oh yeah! She has so many iconic 90s looks, it's ridiculous. And the one that I chose today is really just a sexy, simple photo of her. And that's what I liked most about it, because I would say she's known for her eccentric, wild style, which, don't get me wrong, is amazing. But this one was just her kind of stripped down, looking amazing. And I saw it and it just resonated. So we're gonna be recreating that look today. So this look is actually going to be part of a series that I'm going to try out here on my channel called That 90s Look. And you guessed it, it's going to be different iconic celebrity looks from the 90s. This was inspired by me scrolling through Pinterest and seeing way too many cute, hot, adorable 90s looks and wanting to recreate them. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is what we're going for today. She just looks so sexy, yet it's such a simple photo, and that's what drew me to it. It's just her laying on a bed in a black bra. The makeup look is a dark smoky eye, a dark lip, high arched eyebrows, and it looks like a pretty good contour on the cheeks. And for hair, it's just gonna be two fucking adorable space buns that are kind of messy and tousled about. So let's do this. So first thing, we're gonna start with these Roto all-in-one redness relief drops. My eyes are so dry, like raisins right now, from all of the allergens in the air. These are gonna help with redness, and also it helps brighten up the whites in your eyes, so it really makes an eye look pop. Next, Nyx Angel Veil Primer. This is a go-to. I love it. It's really thick and creamy. A little goes a long way. So I'm just gonna, it has like a pasty type consistency. And it blends in really nice and smooth and just all over. I'm definitely going to be taking it around the eye since it's such a bold eye look. We want to make sure our eyelids are well primed and this stays in place. Okay, oh, in there. Next, it's gonna be our tried and true foundation, CoverGirl Clean Fresh, vegan and cruelty free. In medium tan. I need to get some more of this. I'm almost out. It has lasted me a long time though, and this thing is like $8. Love it. Okay, just gonna take a little of that, mix it around, warm it up. I really love me some Gwen Stefani. She is just such an icon. And can we just talk about the fact that that woman is 50 plus and looks incredible? Incredible. She looks incredible. Blake Shelton is one lucky guy. Yeah, I just love that she was always such a risk taker with her fashion and her looks, and just an overall badass, and her music is dope. So you could use a brush for this or a beauty blender. I prefer my hands. Especially with this foundation, because it's so lightweight and pretty sheer. I feel like if you were to use a brush or a beauty blender, you would really just kind of end up wasting the product. So next, our Clean Fresh CoverGirl Concealer in Fair Light. And we're just gonna go under the eyes, a little up top, nose, and then for these little guys that are going away, which I'm so happy about, the skin is doing really well. Shout out to my skin, I appreciate it. You can't just talk about your skin when it's doing shitty, you know, you have to really appreciate it whenever it's doing good too. So for those, I'm just gonna put that on there, and I'm actually gonna start with eyes. Yeah, I was jamming No Doubt prior to this, getting all pumped up for the video. And I think my favorite No Doubt song has to be A Simple Kind of Life. I just love that song. It's so good. Okay, next, e.l.f. HD powder. I just put some in the lid. Real Techniques brush. All over. This one is fine, so be careful. I find that it usually gets in my eyes, nose, and mouth. All orifices. I like to pat it on any areas that I'm really wanting to cover up. Really pat it on and let that sit for just a minute. And then all over. Yeah, let me know what your favorite Gwen Stefani / No Doubt song is. Down the neck. Lids. Okay, good foundation. For contour, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. bronzer palette. This one right here. I really need to get a replacement for this. And for the contour, I'm mostly going to be concentrating on the cheeks because in the photo it looks like that's really the area that was emphasized. I think I'm going to keep everything else pretty natural. Natural. I like to dig it right in the hollows. In the shallow. Not Gwen Stefani. Okay, let me get Lady Gaga out of my head. Although she's definitely gonna be on here because she's got some looks. I'm sure she's got a hot 90s look somewhere. Even though I think she mostly came out after 2000, but I digress. And also the blush that I'm going to be using today is a little darker too. This bronzer isn't that dark. I mean, it's definitely noticeable, but I really want the cheeks to be emphasized in this. So the blush I'm using today will be a little darker. Little whatever's left over on the nose. Under the lip, that gives the appearance of a bigger lip. Just whatever's left on the brush. I'm not actually gonna go in and worry about the rest of my face. Okay, blush. Absolutely Blush Nourishing Mineral Blush with Active Aloe. Number 2, Ardent Rose. Vegan and paraffin free. Made in the USA. Phoenix, Arizona. Oh. Yeah, so this is definitely a darker blush than I would typically use, but I think paired with the bronzer, it's gonna be really good for that contour. It's like a nice, pretty, dusty rose. Just darker than I care for. I usually go pretty easy on my cheeks. Not today! Okay, so I just got a little on my brush, and I don't want to go ham right at first, so I'm just gonna dust a little off in my hand. And give it a blow, and then gently, can always add more. Oh yeah, see, that's what we're looking for, because in that black and white photo, it's just really gonna pop. Yeah, keep in mind, this is gonna be a black and white photo. I'm recreating the entire look, the setting, everything, the angles. Blend it out. Oh yeah, see, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so for the eye look, I'm going to be using this palette, NYX Love in Paris, sort of neutral taupey matte shade right here on the base of the lid with a fluffy brush. All over the lid, windshield wiper motion. And again. Okay, that's good for our base. For the next layer of eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this shade right next to it. It's just kind of a dark brown. I'm just going to be putting that right on top. And I'm actually just going to use my finger for this because I don't want it to get all over my under eye area. Although you could use some translucent powder, and I might in a minute, but for now I'm too lazy, so. Ooh, these shadows are very soft and creamy, like so pigmented. Can you guys see that? Can you see the pigment? Okay. All over top. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go in and just merge them together. This eye look really isn't too fussy. Okay, and last but not least, for the top lid, we are just going to be finishing off with some black. I'm going to be laying it on with my finger, a different finger. I used a different finger. And you can see in the photo that they take the black on the lower lash line too, so I'm going to be doing that right now as well. So black. I'm going to be focusing on the outer corners and taking it about to middle of the eyelid, and then below as well. And if you're more comfortable, you could use a pointy brush. I got one out, but I'm not using it. I just feel like I have better control with my fingers, so. But I could be totally wrong. We could totally fudge this up right now. Okay, outer corner. And I am getting some fallout. I'm just not really worried about it. I'll dust it away. If I need to, I can go back over top with some concealer. Outer corner, that's where we wanted the darkest. And then bring it to the middle. And then just the slightest bits moving towards the inner area. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Now we're gonna go back in with a second layer on top, and then we're also gonna do the bottom. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I will use a brush for the bottom just because I think it's gonna give a darker effect, which is what I'm looking for. Second layer. Comes out too dark, you can always blend it out. I'm gonna go ahead and dust away some of this fallout. I just cleaned off my brush and I'm just going to lightly dust it away. If you like kind of pat it or you're too heavy handed, you're gonna end up smearing it. So, good. And then I'm gonna blend this together just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so just a pointy little eyeliner brush, and on the bottom I am actually going to go ahead and go in with the dark brown that we used as well on bottom. And I'm just gonna kind of connect it with the upper area. Not really doing a cat eye, just tying it together. I don't want it to be pointy or emphasized because it's not that way in the picture. It's just kind of rounded. She's got those big doe eyes, so this will help with that emphasizing. Black. . And then also I'm gonna take this and just do a little more. Can you see that? See, it's really nothing fussy. I'm not gonna blend that out anymore because I like how the black is kind of distinguished from the rest, and also we did blend it a little, so it is incorporated, just not fully, but I like that distinction. Now for the brow bone area, I'm gonna be using just this white shade, and yeah, just right underneath. And it is matte, so I don't want this to be a shimmery look. There's no shimmer in the photo. It's just matte and sexy and simple. Okay, that's it for eyeshadow on that side. Now let's try to recreate on this side. Okay, and I did get some fallout, as you can see. That's okay. Clean our brush off again. Clean brush. Et voila. Now I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize my lips because they are feeling quite parched. I have the Marshmallow Cream Lip Balm, brand Treat. I love this stuff. This is probably gonna last me a while, and I use it 6, 7, 8 times a day. But yeah, it's awesome and affordable. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. Now let's do the brows because it's looking kind of crazy and off. So you can see in the photo, her eyebrows are kind of high and arched and thin too. It's not a problem because mine are pretty thin. So I'm just gonna be really emphasizing the arch, and also I'm going to be putting more eyebrow product in the middle of my brow instead of all throughout, if that makes sense at all. Let me show you. Brush, NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. I use the black and the gray. Black, gray. And like I said, I want to give the appearance of a thinner brow, so I am going to go directly right in the middle and go for that higher arched look. And I'm not going to worry about making it even up front right now. I'm just going to go in the middle, and up, and then for the tail, up a little more, and then rounded and down. And yeah, it's quite a long tail. It goes down practically to her, what would you call this? Practically down to here, so we're gonna keep going. And that also helps with the emphasis on the arch, the further down you go. That looks awesome. I'm really happy with that. And as far as making it even up front, I'm just going to run the spoolie through the front. I'm not going to try to, if I try to add any product up here, it's going to take away from that thin arch emphasis that we just worked for. So, spoolie, and I'm just going to, that's it. That's done. He done. Stick a fork in him, he's done. Now for the hard part, matching the other side. Okay, let's do this. Plenty of product. Okay, middle, 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 high, 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 middle, high, high. And right now I'm going to go ahead and look at the other side and make sure that they are even height-wise. They look good. Keep going. More product. Hi. Start bringing it down. And keep going. Keep going. Same thing with the spoolie, just brushing through. We're not trying to smear it or blend it at all. We want that striking emphasis. I'm pretty happy with that. It looks a little scary right now just because my hair is pulled back and it looks very like dramatic. Surprised, I look like a Botox face. Okay. So for just a little more emphasis on the eyes, I'm gonna go in with this Pixie by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen in Black Blue, Target. And I'm going to use it for my upper waterline area. And then I'm gonna do the same below. Yeah, just makes it that much more defined. Now for the mascara, this would be a good time to use fake lashes. I don't have any on hand, so I'm just gonna use a double coat of the Pixie by Petra Lash Booster Mascara. This stuff is pretty good and thickening, so. And I'm really gonna dig it in because I want it to stick out. Yeah, because her lashes are pretty distinct in this picture, so. Heavy on the mascara. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, do the other side, and then we'll also do the bottom. Bottom. I think all that's missing is lips. I'm just removing a little excess of that balm so that this stays in place. For the lip, it is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick Black Cherry in 477. I know this shit was hot on YouTube for a while, probably still is. I wouldn't buy this again. I got it years ago because it's not cruelty free. Is Revlon cruelty free? I don't know. I don't think so. Pretty sure they're one of the few that aren't still, but whatever. This is an amazing shade and I have it, so I'm gonna use it. Actually, I think I only ever used this like twice, so. And with dark lipsticks, I like to keep it as close to my natural lip line as possible. I don't do any overextending because to me it just gets sloppy. So if my lips look smaller with a darker shade, I don't care. Embrace it. This is it for the makeup look. I'm really happy with how this came out. This is definitely not something I would normally wear, but for the sake of this look, I love it. It's very dramatic and sexy and bold, just like Gwen, all wrapped up in one. So now we can start on the hair. You can see she's just got two kind of messy tousled buns up top with some loose tendrils in front. So I don't think this should be too hard to recreate. I am working with like 3-day-old hair, so it's got good texture to it right now. Good texture. Ooh, my gosh. Did this look just get more intense with my dark hair surrounding my face? Wow, and giving that like contrast. Yeah. Okay, so for the buns, I'm going to, they're not parted down the middle. It doesn't look that perfect. It's kind of off to the side, and then I'm going to go back over this side. Yeah. And then I'll part the back more towards the middle, but yeah, they're definitely not even. And then I'm just gonna separate my hair. My gosh, I have so much hair. It's getting long. I need to get it cut. It's getting really heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a tendril now. Just so that once we form our space bun, yeah, that's good. We won't have to go back in and readjust it and potentially mess it up. Even though this is a very messy tousled look, so it really probably wouldn't do any harm. Okay, so I'm going to scoop all my hair up as high as I can because hers are right about here. So they're very high up and more towards the front versus, you know, typical. So all the way up and to the front, and I can go ahead and pull a little more down right there, another little tendril. I can go ahead and pull, I have baby hairs, so I am mindful of those. I'm just gonna pull those up right there because otherwise if I pull them back, it looks kind of weird. So I've got a good grip on this thing. You wanna grab it firm enough to show it who's boss. And then you're just gonna start twisting. And while I'm twisting, I'm pulling towards the front. So that way it's just going to move the bun that much closer to the front. And all these bits are falling out, and that's perfectly okay because hers are just like that. And as I get towards the bottom, I am going to then start to twist it around. And that's good. You can see it's very close up to the top, to the front. While I haven't clipped it yet, I can go ahead and keep readjusting if I want to pull a little down so it doesn't look so tight, which I do, and that's perfect. I love that little bit. And to secure it, I am just going to take, you could use bobby pins. I'm going to take this little clip and I'm going to clip it at the back of the base. And that's really going to get a good anchor on it. And I'm happy with that. Maybe a little more tendril. Okay, other side. So now we've got the second bun in place, nice and secure. And at this point, if you wanted to secure it further, even though this feels pretty steady, you can go in with some bobby pins also to kind of change around. If you've got too many of these little bits that you don't like, you can pin them down. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's perfectly messy. I think Gwen would be proud. Now I'm just gonna go in and define some of these tendrils with a little bit of this Pineapple Swirl Pacifica curl cream. Really, because it's the only cream I have on hand. So. This is the final touch. Just a sexy black bra. No jewelry or clothes needed, just this hair, this makeup. I think we've done Gwen Stefani proud. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun recreating this look. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for the next 90s recreation look, please do let me know in the comments. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!